Some men call it progress, down with those who doubt. To join the causes others join, and shout when others shout. Come, you're a man, no passive stone. Stand up and call your soul your own. Go on alone, go on alone. Banish weakness, go on alone. Go on alone, go on alone. Don't look back, just go on alone. Some men lack the daring ever to be free. They shun the heights and cloud the depths and court security. Come, you're a man, no passive stone. Stand up and call your soul your own. Go on alone, go on alone. Banish weakness, go on alone. Go on alone, go on alone. Don't look back, just go on alone. Cowards see but pride in singularity. Oh, never mind if men are wrong, so long as they agree. Come, you're a man, no passive stone. Stand up and call your soul your own. Go on alone, go on alone. Banish weakness, go on alone. Go on alone, go on alone. Don't look back, just go on alone. Claim the power within you, error to defy. The world may change or disappear, but truth can never die. Come, you're a man, no passive stone. Stand up and call your soul your own. Go on alone, go on alone. Banish weakness, go on alone. Go on alone, go on alone. Don't look back, just go on alone.
The path to truth is not for weaklings, Swami Ananda wrote as an introduction to this song. Seek approval not from others, but in your own self, with God. This song, Go On Alone, which of course you also know as the song Truth Can Never Die, was inspired by a Bengali poem by Rabindranath Tagore, if I can say that right, which contained that phrase, go on alone, repeatedly. Ananda explained that you have to be strong in yourself rather than worrying about the opinions of other people. You know, as most people simply take on they borrow their beliefs and their opinions from somewhere else and put them on like a pair of clothes. We especially see this today, seeing the degree to which people's opinions are formed not from fact or from personal experience, just from news, and especially the fake news and the internet memes and everything else that's spread around social media like crazy, like a virulent disease. But as the song says, it makes fun of that kind of consciousness, saying, oh, never mind if men are wrong so long as they agree. That's the mass consciousness there that we're talking about. Now, from the very beginning of this song, in this powerful guitar strum, Go On Alone really is what I like to call a spine strengthener. It kind of pulls energy into that spine there because it pulls it in the deep spine in your center, and that you can hear it with the guitar here. So there's that power that goes through the whole song, and that's really the call. It's giving you that strength. Come, you're a man. You're a man, not a passive stone, not a rock, not something inert. Stand up and call your soul your own. Go on alone, go on alone. Banish weakness. Go on alone. Go on alone, go on alone. Don't look back. Just go on alone. That stand up and call your soul your own means stand straight. Stand on your own 2 feet. With every repeat of that chorus, the song brings strength and certainty and courage and fortitude into your entire being. And that's what really blasts away those negative qualities like, spinelessness, where, if you feel that energy in your spine, how can you be spineless? How can you be wishy-washy? How can you be even a coward or experience cowardice if you feel that strength inside yourself? So Go On Alone truly stiffens your spine, not in a way of stubbornness or being firm in the way of, being rigid, but it's really in a way that allows the energy to flow. When we're taught meditation, and we teach meditation within Ananda, we teach people to sit upright with the spine straight for this exact reason, because, a bent spine blocks the flow of energy. It doesn't allow energy to flow very well at all. So you want to be active and dynamic. That's essential for meditation, not being passive like a rock that's simply waiting for life and the world to bring joy to you. You're not waiting for others to come around and tell you what to believe or to necessarily even agree with you. You're seeking truth inside yourself, even if no one else at all agrees. It's something to keep in mind that when you experience things like religious fanaticism and people that are out there trying to convert everybody to their faith, that really shows a deep uncertainty and a deep degree of doubt, because the more certain you are in yourself with what you truly know in yourself, with your connection to God, you don't need anyone else to confirm that for you. You can go on alone, as this song says. Now, but of course, if you do find others that from that own inner strength are seeking God in the same way, seeking truth in the same way, then of course, band together with them. That's the whole point of spiritual communities, as we have them within Ananda and as other faiths also have them. Now, this energization of the spine is a key reason why the song works as an antidote for anger. You might remember the story in Autobiography of a Yogi where Yogananda runs away from Sri Yukteswar out to the Himalaya, where he encounters Ram Gopal Muzumdar, the sleepless saint, and has some adventures there, but eventually comes back to Sri Yukteswar with his head held low and saying, "You must be very angry with me, sir, because my absence must have caused you great inconvenience." But Yukteswar wisely responds and he says, anger springs from thwarted desires and thwarted expectations. I have no expectations of you or for anyone else, and so their actions cannot be in contradiction to wishes of my own. And so, in other words, the more you're really energized and strengthened and centered in yourself, the less the behavior of others can affect you, the less you're susceptible to that anger. This song is really, for me, I should add that it's the song that started this whole exploration of the music antidotes, because I knew that Kriyananda had assigned this song to the quality of anger, and I'm thinking about it, it's like, what does the song have to do with anger? Or the opposite of anger? But I remember sitting in a gathering we had of musicians many, many years ago, back in 1998, I believe, and hearing somebody play the song and feeling that strength of centeredness in the spine, and having that those words of Sri Yukteswar come to mind and saying, that's exactly why it works for anger, because it is so centering. In day 1 of Secrets of Emotional Healing, which is where Kriyananda describes this, he writes thus, he says, "The secret of overcoming anger is relinquishing personal desire by relating your emotions to a broader arc of feeling, love for a friend, or joy and inner freedom from external circumstances, or respect for the right of others to make their own mistakes and their own decisions." Now, in addition to this song energizing the entire spine, as I've been saying, it also emphasizes certain centers in different verses along the spine, lifting the energy up as we typically experience within Ananda music. And the pattern of guitar strumming at the beginning, if I can get it right here on the guitar, there's what you heard with Kriyananda, he just did this, that strong thing, but there's also an introduction where we start up high, there's that kind of motion that's downward, and what really works well about that is it's calling to that that strength and that truth here at the spiritual line, inviting the energy with that downward movement to go down into the spine, particularly to resonate with the third chakra, which is where the first verse starts. This is where qualities like anger get energized in the fire center in the third chakra. And what does the song do? It says, "Some men call it progress, down with those who doubt." That's a statement by those men calling it progress. "To join the cause as others join and shout when others shout." So you have the words of shouting and that kind of thoughts of anger here, but really the progress, if you think about it, the only progress here is the energy of the heart sinking and descending into the third chakra. And is that really progress? It's like the typical bitterness of a lot of country music that you might hear, where the energy moves in a similar direction. But here the song's beginning that to give those sarcastic words, you might say, and challenge you, the listener, to say, is this really what you want? Do you want that just to shout when others shout kind of thing? And the answer, for the devotee at least, for somebody who has any inclination to higher consciousness, has to be no. Which we then feel with the chorus when it says, "Come, you're a man, no passive stone. Stand up and call your soul your own. Go on alone, go on alone." That's the call. See that negative quality and then try to feel the opposite of it calling you upwards. Now the second verse then challenges a heart energy that might get lifted there but gets stuck. And so you have, "Some men lack the daring ever to be free. They shun the heights and crowd the depths and court security." Now, shunning the heights in an inward sense means that lack of daring, or as Yogananda put it, the lack of spiritual adventuresomeness that prevents the heart energy from rising in the spine to the upper chakras. Those are the heights. Crowding the depths, similarly, is that heart energy sinking down into the lower chakras, where things are comfortable. We're very used to having energy in those lower centers, and that comfort gives us that false or seeming sense of security in the spine, because there is where you can live with all the comforts of old self-definitions and old habits and old patterns, and of course those patterns that are clearly approved by worldly people. Again, that's the security that's offered there. And so thus, again, this song is letting you feel that and giving you that question of where do you want the heart's energy to go? And again, the answer is no, as energized by the chorus, which then of course lifts the energy up a little bit further. And in this way, the song addresses the negative emotion of moral weakness, which is knowing what's right and true, but not having the strength to then actually do it, to having that kind of cowardly attitude that doesn't let that heart energy go up. And then the third verse makes it, of course, clear that we're talking about cowardice and spinelessness. We got, "Cowards see but pride in singularity." And then the quotation from the cowards, "Oh, never mind if men are wrong, so long as they agree." So I really love the humor of that second line, which is a statement of the cowards that huddle together in that conformity consciousness. Oh, never mind if men are wrong, as long as we're agreeing, right? How many crimes and just nefarious things in history have come about because of that? So really the song is asking you, does popularity make something right and true? Think of how many fads and fashions have come and gone, and people get so wrapped up in one thing for a time, and then suddenly they discard it and pick up something else, and that's the new fad and the new fashion. And if you think about it, such mass consciousness about fashions and TV shows and popular video games and whatever else you may want to think, that mass consciousness really isn't conscious. It's certainly not self-aware because it's not its own entity. And as such, it certainly can't be considered wise and something that we want to listen to. My son just this morning told me of, I think somebody told him this at school, that there was some Instagram post with a picture of an egg, just an egg, a plain old egg, that somehow set the world record for the number of likes. And it's like, so what are people just doing this to be funny, or saying, oh, let's set the world record for likes on eggs? Well, that's certainly not an expression of wisdom by any sense of the imagination. Now this third verse, again, coward see but pride in singularity. It speaks to the throat chakra. So we're trying to lift the energy up from the heart to the throat, because a negative quality of the throat chakra, which is the ether element, is wishy-washiness, which is never being able to make up your mind. And then it also speaks a bit to the medulla here, which is the seat of the ego, through that reference to pride. And the key here is that despite the kind of individualistic pride we normally associate with egotism in terms of the I and my and me and mine and I'm so great, there's another aspect to egotism which is where you feel uncomfortable sticking out from the crowd in some way, because to be different is to open yourself to attack usually. And so thus the cowardly ego claims to be, claims pride and claims individuality by adapting itself to mass trends and fads. You know, it says, well, I'm just being true to myself in adopting the trends and the opinions of others, when in fact you're simply being a coward and trying to claim pride that way. But again, the chorus, "Come you're a man, no passive stone," challenges you to ask, is this what you want? And, well, of course, if you've made it this far in the song and you've felt that energy rising, your answer is going to be clearly no. You're going to lift things up to in the fourth verse, which then says, "Claim the power within you, error to defy. The world may change or disappear, but truth can never die." There's that power within you in the spine, you might say, which is also, the top of which is the spiritual eye, to shun or defy those delusional fads and those fashions and the opinions and the beliefs you put on like clothing, to seek out the real truth that is inside yourself. So that last verse is really inviting the energy at it gets stuck here at the medulla, to surrender itself up into that truth, up into the spiritual eye. And the truth, or God, indeed is the one reality, as we know from our spiritual practices. And it's then a truth into which we can relax. We don't have to be shouting, we don't have to be fighting for it, we don't have to be being that self-assertive. We can just simply relax into that truth of God. And there's a subtle thing that happens in the song, I might point out, that we have at the end of the song. I got to show the guitar up here. There's the chords that are going. And then it ends here, and then has another chord at the end. And one way that's really good to perform it is to have that stroke and then here, and then just slide it down. And it's a deliberate relaxation. That chord musically just relaxes, but I've seen it performed where that little guitar slide on the frets gives you even deeper that sense of relaxation again. And it just sort of relaxes down and bends down to really feel that relaxation into the higher self. So overall then, Go On Alone, as I've said, provides that great strength and that moral vigor. And it reminds me of Swami Kriyananda's affirmations for self-healing. He has the quality of moral vigor in that book. And I want to read that part to you because it's especially appropriate for this song. He says, "Lack of moral vigor saps the will and makes the intellect sponge-like, ready to absorb the prevalent opinion of the times. People with good intellects often suffer from the Hamlet complex, the inability to come to any decision or commit oneself to anything. They justify their indecision by saying, 'I want to be fair to all sides,' but even an imperfect action is better than no action at all. When you believe in something, stand by it. When you believe in someone, stand by him. Such loyal self-commitment is a higher law than seeing all sides. Energy is needed to accomplish anything in life, and with moral vigor all things are possible, but without it, the end of every act is failure." And lastly, there's one more quality that we haven't talked about yet that Swami Kriyananda also assigns this song for, given in day 28 of Secrets of Emotional Healing. He says, "The secret of overcoming self-pity is to recognize that this kind of self-indulgence only limits your ability to overcome difficulties. Become a conqueror. Remember, whatever any human being has ever achieved, you can achieve. All that is necessary is patience, sensitive insight, and determination. Every seeming limitation is, in fact, an opportunity for shining victory." We often say that a person wallows in self-pity, and what a great image, because We think of the passive stone in this song as stone that's stuck in a swamp. But again, the song says, "Come, you're a man, no passive stone. Stand up and call your soul your own." Find that strength in your true center, in your whole spine, and again, claim the power that's in you to rise above any and all limitations.
Men call it progress, down with those who doubt. To join the causes others join and shout when others shout. Come, you're a man, no passive stone. Stand up and call your soul your own. Go on alone, go on alone. Banish weakness, go on alone. Go on alone, go on alone. Don't look back, just go on alone. Some men lack the daring never to be free. They shun the heights and cloud the depths and court security. You're a man, no passive stone. Stand up and call your soul your own. Go on alone, go on alone. Banish weakness, go on alone. Go on alone, go on alone. Don't look back, just go on alone. Cowards see but pride in singularity. Oh, never mind if men are wrong, so long as they agree. Come, you're a man, no passive stone. Stand up and call your soul your own. Go on alone, go on alone. Banish weakness, go on alone. Go on alone, go on alone. Don't look back, just go on alone. Claim the power within you, ever to defy. The world may change or disappear, but truth can never die. Come, you're a man, no passive stone. Stand up and call your soul your own. Go on alone, go on alone. Banish weakness, go on alone. Go on alone, go on alone. Don't look back, just go on alone.